Hi everyone. First of all, I'm sorry if you hear any background noise. My whole family is like busy doing all kinds of stuff, so I can't keep them quiet. I apologize. Today's video is going to be about some of my current favorite things so far in 2020. This is a collab with my bestie, Robin from Talks from the Heart. So I will have her video in the description below so you can check out her favorite things as well. I try to keep this to things that I haven't really talked about before and things that have kind of come into play in 2020. So far, these are the things that I have been enjoying. I'll go ahead and start with this because I literally just got back from the grocery store, which has become kind of a weird experience these days. But I have been using this Hobonichi Weeks as my grocery list and meal planner. I only showed it once really quickly, buried in some past video. And I started this without the intention of like expecting it to catch on at all, but surprisingly, it has become a staple for me. And especially at the time we're in right now, I feel like I really need this to prepare because I want to grocery shop like enough to last 2 weeks. I only want to go grocery shopping every 2 weeks if possible. So that requires a lot of planning. So for example, this, sorry about that. If you heard my children yelling, this is the grocery list that I used today. As you can see, I don't really show this because it is so messy. It is purely functional. On the left side is where I usually write out the meals to kind of plan ahead. I don't always stick to that though. So the groceries that I got, I need them to last this week and this week. So here are some of the things that I'll be able to make, and I will divvy these up on this left side. So anyway, this has become kind of a really important thing for me right now, and it's so useful at the moment. And yeah, I just got done disinfecting this. I had to wipe it all down because I hold this when I'm in the grocery store and I constantly reference and cross things out. So, you know, it went through decontamination when I came home. So there's that. And let's see, what do I use this in? This goes here. Let's talk about this. Okay, so I've been making a lot of things lately from leather, and this particular leather has really come back into my life, and I've been able to work with leather and make things to my customization. So this is my mega planner, and this leather is a water buffalo leather, and from Springfield leather, where I've bought from 2 different places, but at Springfield leather, they call this vintage tan water buffalo. So I made this cover for my mega planner, and I made this pen holder recently. I will link that video below. I think it was the last video I did. But I am so glad to have this leather back in my life. I didn't realize how much I really missed it. But the key for me is having this back and in a design that is functional and useful for me. I love being able to make what I want exactly how I want it. So I feel like this leather is going to continue taking over things in 2020 for me. So let's see. I showed this on Instagram, I think on a video too, of my leather collection, but this is another one I made. It's pocket size, and this is the first time I attempted to stitch it. I actually used the wrong stitching tool in here, so I don't like it. I might re-stitch this with a thicker thread or just add one on top of this because I don't know, I just don't like it. But I put pockets inside, and it's been really fun to have. I got to center this dark space in the middle so it looks like a little tree hollow. And then quickly I'll show you what I'm currently working on with this leather. All right, it is it is going to be my finance planner. Check out the scallops on this pocket. It's going to be so cute. These are going to be card slots. So this will be a full length, this will be a full length, and then these will be card slots. So I just got to sew some stuff on there. Yeah, so I'm working on this. It's going to actually have a look at the texture. Oh my, I love this so much. I think I'm going to put an elastic here and an elastic here because this is insanely tall. Like this. Okay, I try to move that up. So this is going to be the width of a standard traveler's notebook size, kind of. But this is a standard traveler's notebook, and you can see how much taller it is. I mean, there's a good inch, a little over an inch in height there. But I wanted it that way because I need it to fit like bills and envelopes to mail bills off, to pay my bills, and I wanted everything to fit really, really nicely in here. So that's what I'm working on in this really, really awesome leather. So really loving that. And for this, I'll show you my plan. I've just attached this with a clip here, and it just keeps it on my system because I do need this to use in my homeschooling planner. I do color coordinate and use these Crayola Super Tips as highlighters. So I like having them on this planner. Okay, so obviously planning has gotten different lately, and just about everything that we typically have going on has all been canceled or is currently trying to be reworked in some way. So as far as my planner goes, here's my planner, and I have the months. I think I can go ahead and show this. So this was March. My monthly view is pretty much all activities and, you know, things that we just have to do. So it's purely functional and it just keeps me organized. So March is typical to have this much stuff on there, but April is just really bare. And what I have done is I cross out the appointments that we were supposed to have, because looking back on this, I would like to have this as reference for how things changed in our lives during the pandemic. So all of this stuff I have crossed out, but the thing is, I have a kid who gets physical therapy and speech, and they're currently trying to do like teletherapy and stuff like that. So it's a whole thing, and it's a very tumultuous situation at the moment because they're really trying to figure out who needs what and when to do it all and who's qualified to do teletherapy and all that kind of stuff. So what I have been doing lately, and I've been using this a lot, I think I've had it for a little bit, but I never really used it a lot, but it's really coming in handy now. So something like PT and speech, it may get reworked on the same day that it was normally on. And in that case, I'm going to use this to cover up the previous entries so I don't run out of space. So I'll just tear off a little piece of it. This is big enough so that it will cover up one line. So it's, 1/6 inch. And I've used it right here. So I covered up our original date, and I really like these. I cut this one too long, but it just goes over the writing really, really easily. And I know I did a bad job. Usually I can cover it all the way, but you get the point, and then I can write over it really easily. This, I think it's going to 1. That's why I haven't written anything yet, because I just don't know, but then I can just write what the new time is, and I can rip it off and put a fresh one on there if I need to. So this has become a favorite, particularly in this month, since I'm gonna have to do a lot of rearranging, I think. So this is a fun little thing to have. I just got it off Amazon. I'll link as much of these things down in the description as much as I can. We will move on into my journal because I think that's it for this whole planning situation. So my planner, this is the Sojourner Trifold in the Roadrunner, and since I last spoke about this, I have finished this, and actually I need to add April down here because I had a couple days of April at the end of this insert, and then I need to put April here. That brings me to my Dymo label maker. That was a nice segue. This is what I use to label all of my journals. I typically go for clear or black. I've been using black mostly, so I have a big extra pack of that. But this is new to me this year. I was really late on the uptake for this, but I really love it. I enjoy it. I use it all the time for my journals. I love having it. And so another thing is dating the entries inside my journal. I usually just write it out in whatever pen I'm using, but lately I found this because I'm trying to use my stash, and I kind of remember getting this, but I never actually used it. I think this is just like recollections from Michael's that I got a while back, but I am now using this to date my entries, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. Like I said, I didn't know that I had this, and it's been fun to just switch up how I'm doing things in my journal. But I've always had these VersaMagic Dewdrop inks, so I just kind of keep these together on my journaling cart. I'll date this because I haven't done it. What is today? The 6th? Is that right? Okay. So I just do this, and I don't have my, I have blotter paper, but I don't know where it is. So I do it really messily. Just like that. That's how it looks. But my blotter paper, that's what I use to clean this off. I just kind of stamp it till it doesn't stamp anymore. And that's how I take care of that. And then I usually just do a messy box around this, just like that. And that's how I date it. And then I'll decorate and write and do all my stuff. So that is that. And then, do I have one more thing? I didn't count any of this stuff. I don't even know how many things I'm doing. I'm just kind of like under the gun right now because I didn't get this filmed in time. So I think the last thing is something pretty. So these postcards are by Katie Daisy, who is the Wheat Field on Etsy. And I love this artist. I love how colorful everything is. I love that there's houses and lots of florals because those are two of my favorite things at the moment. So I've really been enjoying having a lot of her artwork to play around with. Like, these are her die cut stickers. Whenever I make an order anywhere, I usually double up on the stuff that I'm ordering. So those are from her. The other person I've really been enjoying is Cheyenne Barton. She has some totally cute stickers too. And I've really been enjoying big, bold, beautiful die cut stickers. This is a Katie Daisy, and I like using them to decorate in my planners, in my journals. I usually use stickers like this. They tend to be expensive, so I like to use them as decor for front covers of stuff. That way they have longevity and I can constantly look at them and enjoy them. And the last one is Ghost Puff, also on Etsy, and I ordered a bunch of her teapot and teacup die cuts. This was the freebie in the order. And this, because this is a total mood right now. I actually have this stuck in the front pocket of one of my TNs. Oh, in Frank. It fits perfectly in Frank. And I want to use that as a journal like at some point, but I'm going to have to be patient for it. And then of course my girl taking a bath in tea. I love this so much. So I like having extras of that. Yeah, so I've really been enjoying the artwork from these artists lately, and I think that's everything from me. So those are all of my favorite things and staples that I have at the moment. Let me know in the comments what you're enjoying, and make sure you go to Robin's channel and check out her current favorites. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you're staying well, and I will see you soon. Bye.